Happy Easter! And welcome to another episode of Tales from the Parade Route. We're ready for some bunny hopping because this weekend there's actually 3 parades. We have from the French Quarter Easter Parade.
The Chris Owens French Quarter Easter Parade. Yes, thanks for having me on, guys.
Appreciate you making time. I can see you're busy here.
So I know that this is, what, y'all's 40th year?
This is our 40th anniversary, yes. And the theme this year is The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
Yes. Chris loved that era, you know, it was an elegant time of the year, so an elegant era, so she loved it. So she had this vision before she passed away. We were at lunch one day and she's like, you know, kids, she said, for the 40th anniversary, and this was only going on the 37th anniversary, on the 40th anniversary, so she was like, kids, for the 40th anniversary, I would love to do The Great Gatsby. And on a napkin we were having lunch, I'll never forget, she drew kind of like what she would want our outfit to look like. And then unfortunately passed away in 20 of 22. And so here we are in 2025. It's our 40th anniversary, and so the theme is The Great Gatsby.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Do you know what her inspiration was at the time when they started the parade?
Yes, and so she, you know, being a club over on Bourbon Street, that the whole entire Easter week was just kind of like very quiet. And she was like, you know, kids, I love family, and I think that on Sunday it should be a family day for Easter. And she said, you know, I think I'm going to start a parade. And that's exactly what she did. And she started, and it was very small, and she grew it to, honestly, what it is today. You know, she had that vision, and it grew from just a few people walking to a few carriages, a few convertibles. And so, I mean, to this day, you know, we're 100,000 people strong on the...
Oh, I believe it. I believe
it's
it.
Incredible.
I remember kind of going when I was a kid, you know, we'd go, it was 40 years ago, so I wasn't too small of a kid, but anyway, I mean, it wasn't the parade it is today.
She just had that vision because she was like, you know, the club and all the businesses and all are like kind of quiet during that week. So she was like, you know, let's bring that economic boom. And she's done it. I mean, today, all the hotels are sold out in the quarter this weekend. The restaurants are packed. And so her vision definitely came true.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Sort of like the inspiration of a Red Dress Run or any of those sort of things.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and all those things that we need for the city to survive, you know, especially in today's world.
So how many floats do y'all have in the parade?
So this year we're going to have 10 to 12 floats.
Okay.
2 marching bands. Lots of surprises. I don't want to tell you everything.
Right.
Oh, we have to know it all.
No. Lots of surprises.
I'm assuming you have a good contingent of marching crews, like the dance clubs are going to join?
Yes. So this year, just a little wrench in the, you know, the throw, but all good. The police, we had to have more security due to, unfortunately, the Terrorism Act of January the 1st.
Right.
And so, it's put a few less things, and we've had to make some adjustments, but we're just very blessed and pleased that we are getting to roll. We're not going to get to roll down Bourbon Street this year.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, I heard rumblings.
Unfortunately, but our route this year is going to be, we start at the Omni Royal Orleans Hotel.
Okay.
On the corner of Royal and St. Louis, and we proceed all the way to Iberville to Decatur all the way to Dumaine to Royal, and then back to the Omni Royal Orleans. Okay. So we have a great route. It's just, you know, with her being such an iconic figure on that corner of Bourbon and St. Louis, you know, but all good. And I'm happy to say that the club now is going to be called the Concrete Cowboy.
Okay.
And she would be very excited of what's going on. Had some investors and some gentlemen come and take it over, and they're opening the Concrete Cowboy hopefully in May. And it's a great concept, and it's just going to be another great club there on the corner of Bourbon and St. Louis.
Awesome.
At that same location?
At that same location. Okay. Yeah. She was there for 65 years.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, you know, one of the happiest moments for me was when I came back into town after Katrina, and I turned on the TV in the hotel where I was staying, and it was showing just the tourism channel or whatever, and they did a highlight piece on Miss Chris, and I was like, yeah!
And guys, she stayed the entire time during Katrina. No water, no lights, whatever, but she was, you know, she just, New Orleans was in her heart, and she wasn't leaving, so she stayed, and, you know.
Well, she was definitely an icon out there. I mean, everybody knew her.
Yes.
You know, you couldn't miss her either.
No, she was as big as life, you know, and she was, you know, just always so kind, and just that, I say all the time that you have to be beautiful on the inside to be beautiful on the outside, and she was. She was very giving and never wanted any recognition. I cannot tell you, I was with her for 38 years, and, we would be walking down the street, and there would be someone homeless or whatever else, and she was, hand me the money, and kids go take care of them. Never wanted to know. And then, there was other letters that came in that people needed help, and she wrote that check, and she would always say, I was blessed and want to give back.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think it was her character that really made the place. Although I gotta say, I did get yelled at by her one time.
What did you do?
Oh, I had too much to drink, as you drink.
Too much apple juice, like she would say.
Yeah, too much
She would say
apple
all the
juice.
time, kids, those
like,
clients right there, a
boy,
little bit too apple juice.
You've gone overboard today. And at the time, I was over there a lot. I'd worked on bourbon, so I was over there a lot.
Right.
So I didn't know her, but we knew of each other. We'd see each other enough to. But
She
could
never
yell
met
at
a
me,
stranger. We would say she would say all the time, everybody knows me or whatever else. And the fame and fortune just never went to her head. She was just very, very humble. And she would say, if she didn't know your name or whatever else, when she would walk away, kids go get their name. And if she got your name for the first time, the next time she saw you, she knew you. She was incredible with names. Some days I don't know my own name, but she was incredible. She was incredible.
So, being a parade, I know one of the questions that all my viewers would ask is, what kind of throws can people look forward to?
So this year we have some great signature throws. We have some really pretty beads, and it literally has her, face on it, and you know the face of Chris Owens.
Yeah.
Because of it being the Great Gatsby theme, we have some great headbands with feathers and some great Gatsby glasses and fedora hats and all. So a lot of good things.
Awesome.
A lot of good things. It's going to be fun. And I say all the time, it never rained on Chris Owens' parade in 40 years. So we got our fingers crossed. Got our fingers crossed, without a
Find
doubt.
some wood.
How many floats altogether are in the parade, you said?
Right now, between 10 to 12. Still
Okay.
people are coming in, and what happens is we have a lot of tourists.
Right.
And so, today is only Wednesday, and we're loading the floats, so who knows? We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
That's amazing to me. People are still joining in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Half a week before it's rolling.
Yeah. Yes. No, it's a great thing.
Get
Yeah.
yourself together.
It's
and
a
come
good
on
problem
and
to
sign
have.
up.
It's a good problem to have.
Well, how many members do you roll with? Or do y'all have
Yeah, it's not a
standard group of
membership.
members? Yeah.
It's not a membership.
It's just
I mean,
sign
people
up
have
and
rode
roll.
year after year after year.
Yeah.
40
Yeah.
years tradition for many families.
Really?
But yeah,
Wow.
there are many people that still ride after and have been with us really for 40
But
years.
what do y'all usually ride? What would you say your head count is for the parade?
And so I'm going to sound a little stupid right now, but that's why we have a good team behind you. That's why I have a good assistant. That's why I have a good assistant. So unfortunately, I can't make a telephone call right now and tell you. But it's going to be a really good time.
Yeah.
And I hope that you all join us on Easter Sunday.
Oh, yeah, that's the plan.
I'm planning
Okay.
on actually leaving my family stuff to come back over here to make
Awesome,
sure I
dude,
make
because
it.
this is the 40th year.
Yeah.
So it will definitely be special, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I appreciate you all very much.
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
Easter to
Happy
both of
Easter
you.
to
Happy
you.
Easter.
Thanks for
Thank you
making
so
time.
much. Absolutely.
To close out, where can people follow the parade?
So it's Doug McCash wrote some things on NOLA.com. You can see it on there. Channel 8 is interviewing tomorrow morning. Channel 4 has it. And then on the website itself, FrenchQuarterEasterParade.com.
Okay. So thank you so much,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Kitsy, for
Appreciate
joining
it.
us.
Happy Easter
Yeah,
to you.
happy Easter.
Happy
Happy
Easter to
Easter.
you. Thank you. Thanks.
Signing
guys.
out. We'll see you on the route.